Just thought I'd step out for a second, you know, just to clear my head. It's very important, man. A motorbike gives you a freedom that a car never can, you know? It's just something different, man. I used to love driving cars back in the day and going on night drives, you know, window down and just cruising. But now, man, after I got a motorbike a couple of years ago, things have changed. This freedom with a bike is just unexplainable. Now I gotta keep the revs up because I don't know why, man. And this mixture of the fuel, look at these guys, is not really set properly. Look at these idiots, man. Let's get the lights on full, man. You know, what are these idiots doing? They missed their turn, I guess. A bunch of morons. The streets are empty because a lot of people have left the city for holidays. But we still here. And I get to show you around. And the bike started doing that. Missing just a bit. The problem with the holidays, though, even though the streets are emptier, there's a lot of on the road who don't know how to drive. Man, it's still too hot. But you know, for the past 2 days, I've been feeling kind of down. You know, as you do. And I don't feel like, you know, doing much. I spent a lot of time on my last video and I just feel a bit burnt out. And because it's difficult with a 9-to-5 job, coming home, spending time with the family, and then also dedicating time to edit the video and on the weekends. And I just wanted to make a raw video of just riding around and just talking. Like whatever, man, you know? And show you a little bit of the city as well. And leave the majority of it unedited, man. Just so you get a clear picture. So right now, just cruising down. I don't really come down to the markets too much. I don't like the hustle and bustle of the city that much. You'll normally see me out on the outskirts, cruising, going up into the mountains. I don't like the crowds, I'll be honest. I mean, the whole point of getting on a bike is to just get out of the crowd and go for a ride in an open road. But today we're just checking out the city lights. I like it when it's emptier, you know. For the weekend, this place is quite less people, which is good. And not many people around. And a lot of places are closed. A lot of places are just closed. See, the bike's spinning just a bit. Look at that. Look at him, man. He just was speeding up and now he slows down. What an idiot, man. That's the only thing that's not good about this place. You get out for a ride for some peace of mind, but there's other people on the road who drive like morons, and they kind of test your patience. Anyway, let's go on the highway. people with a bike will realize or understand just how freeing it is on a motorcycle. Even if you can get out for like 5 minutes from the house for a short ride to clear your head, it's the best therapy, you know? It really is. You know, we got bills to pay. The government increased our taxes, you know? Anything, like work is stressful. You know, there's a whole bunch of things on your mind. But when you get out there on the road, it totally clears it up, man. Because this is all you're thinking about. Just the wind on your body. And that's it. You can't explain this to a non-biker, you know? You just can't. There's just something else about this. This feeling of being out there. And also, you realize that your problems are very few, man. As you get out there and you realize that people are suffering. You know, there's a lot more happening around. You don't have, your problems are not that as big as you think they are. So just get out there and ride, man. And just forget about it. Forget about it. But like I was saying, man, I've been going through like a couple of days of, I don't know, this overarching sadness. Have you ever had this sadness that you can't understand why, but you're really feeling down and you can't pinpoint exactly why? Because for the past, you know, up till then, you've been totally happy and you're grateful with your situation, even if you are stressed out. But especially as a man, you know, we don't share our feelings well. Most of us don't, or at least I don't. You know, because you don't want to stress out your family. You got to be the strong one. But as men, we tend to bottle up our emotions, and you just got to handle it, man. You got to handle the situation. You got to be the calm one. You got to be the, you know, the rock. And, but, hey, man, we're all human. And we can get stressed out just like anybody else, you know? Look at the... But sometimes you just gotta get out there and realize life is just a road, right? Just ride it. You know, I had a friend, very, very close friend of mine, one of my best friends. He was like an elder brother to me. And we lost him about 9 years ago now. 8.5 years ago. And he was like full of wisdom, this guy. He was about 6 years older than me. And he was like, to a lot of people, he was like the bigger brother. He would always give this sage advice, you know. And he was a very fun-loving guy. He was very young at heart himself. He loved a good time. But man, he was wise beyond his years. People looked up to him. A lot of my friends and his cousins and everybody looked up to him. And one time I remember he told me, I don't know if I was stressed about something or we were just discussing life in general. And he told me that, you know, life is just a bunch of waves, right? And he said, you just gotta ride those waves. You don't gotta try to battle against them. You don't try to push against them. You know, otherwise you'll go under. You don't try to fight them, is what he was trying to say. He said, all you gotta do is just ride them, man. Ride the ups and the downs, the same. Just let it happen. Just let it go. You know, go with the flow. Man, his words just stuck with me till this day. And there's a lot of wisdom he shared similar to that, man. But that's one thing that I always remember him for. When he told me that, I'll never forget that. And a lot of times when I get stressed, I think of those words. Like when I think it's the end of the world, when this huge problem is on my head, or if I have this really big bill that's come and I don't know how I'm gonna get through the next month. You know, his words hit me. Sometimes, you know, people are really bothersome in your life. Some people creating problems in your life. And I'm like, how am I gonna get through this? But I remember his words that, you know, just ride out the wave. That's what I do, man. So I ride those waves like I ride this motorcycle. In a way, it's the same thing, man. I just get out there. Anytime I'm getting stressed out, I just hop on the bike and I'm gone. Even for 5 or 10 minutes, just to clear my head. You really need to. And that's why, man, every time I hear somebody saying something about life is stressing them out, or, you know, I always tell them, like, dude, get a motorcycle if you can. Just get a motorcycle. If life's got you down, or you're having a midlife crisis, or if you're going through some really tough time, I know money is an issue, but just get yourself any type of motorcycle, even a cheap one, man, doesn't matter. As soon as you sit on this bike and just go, you'll realize. After a while, you'll realize what I'm talking about and why this motorcycle culture is such a big thing. Why people are so into their bikes. It is therapy for us guys. It really is. And girls, I'm not saying they're, you know, it's only for guys, but for girls as well. So I think that was a good short ride. Life can be messed up. Don't let that rule you, though. I needed this ride, man. See, man, this is how the bike changes your mood. I feel great. I feel great. You know, what did Martin Lawrence say in one of those movies? And was it Blue Streak? You gotta feed some speed to your ride once in a while. See, so even if the bike is not working 100%, I still feel great, man, for just going out and riding. That's my therapy.